What is up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is the Humble Lecter, and today we got the 4th Spider-Man figure to be added into the 60th anniversary series, and I'm super excited to check this out and of course to show you guys. So of course I'm talking about the Spider-Man Noir with the Spider Ham, and in today's video what we're gonna do is of course to check out the figure, go through the accessories, go through every detail on it, the articulation and whatever so on, and we are going to give you my thoughts and my opinion at the end of the video. So yes, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, so we're gonna start off here with the packaging, and this is one of the first few figures that came with this windowless packaging, and to be honest, I really didn't like it. When I saw it in the stores, it felt really cheap. It didn't really feel like how it used to be. Normally, last time we normally get the figure which we can see from the outside, so you know exactly what you're gonna get at the end of the day. So it isn't too bad. But nowadays, we get this kind of stuff. So sometimes your figures might be switched out, or you might not even get the right paint or something like that. It's just really annoying with this, and it doesn't really feel as good as with the window packaging. So if we see on the box here, we have the product image on the front and on the side here as well. And going on to the back here, we have a preview of the accessories. No more description about your figures that you are going to get, which normally would come with the older packaging. And we have some artwork here on the side, and going on to the top here, we have the Spider-Man, the Into the Spider-Verse logo, which looks really, really cool. Now, let's just unbox this bad boy up. Alright, so here we have both of the figures, the Spider-Man Noir and the Spider-Ham. And yes, that Spider-Ham is exactly the same one as you would get with the Gwen Stacy with that Spider-Man figure. And yes, it did kind of topple. And now before we go any further, let's just check out the accessories. Here we do have two heads, one with the hat and one without the hat. And I'm just going to put Spider-Ham over here as an accessory because he really can't do much, so I'm just going to put him there. And we also do have one piece of gun, which I think is better compared to the previous Spider-Man Noir. Alright, and of course now we're going to check out the figure here a little bit more in detail. So let's just check out the Spider-Ham, which I mentioned does have the same exact look compared to the Gwen Stacy. It is a bit shinier, and I actually did sell off the previous Spider-Ham, so you can't really compare that anymore. But yes, these are exactly the same thing. And why I count it as an accessory is because, yeah, English is quite hard here at 2 a.m. It's because it really can't do anything. I mean, it's just there to stand, to make the figure, just give it a little bit more value to it. And in case if you guys want to pose it around, I mean, you can use this with it, but other than that, you can't really do anything with it. The hands can't move, the head can just rotate a little bit, so that it is what it is. So now let's check out that cool Spider-Man Noir figure, and what I can say about this is that it looks really, really nice, very, very awesome indeed, in the sense that if you guys do not have the older Spider-Man Noir, I think this one is a good replacement, but I would want to keep that as well and maybe just have two of them because they are quite distinct from each other, which we are going to check out in a little bit. But looking at this figure, I do like the head sculpt here with that hat because it looks really cool. And I do like that this hand here fits in really, really nice, so you can just hold it like this. It is quite sad that you cannot take out the hat and like just play around with it, but overall in terms of the looks, I think it looks really, really nice. I mean, if you look at the head sculpt here, I'm going to put it on the other side. So if you look right here, the goggles looks really, really nice, very accurate to the animation movie, one of the best animation movie that came out in recent years. And you can see that the web lines as well, it's all sculpted in. It's not just painted on, it's actually sculpted in, which looks really, really nice. And you do have that nice blue dot detail, so that white gray dots on his face as well. It looks really, really nice. And then going on to the back here, it's a little bit plain, but it does follow through all the way to the back. And of course, if we check out the coat on him, I really like this one. Is like all collar up, and it's just all flowy because he's very dramatic, like we have seen in the show, right? He's like, the wind, I'll go wherever the wind takes me, all that kind of shenanigans, and it looks really, really nice. And the suit here, pretty plain, I would say, but it does have a nice collar on the top. And if you look at the details on his coat as well, you can see that we have all that black color dot designs, and the sleeve as well. You can see it follows through all the way to the end of it, so it does have that cartoonish feel, which I really do like. And then going on to the belt here, it looks really nice. You do have your holster to put your gun. It is quite sad that they have only given us one gun. I wish that they could have given us at least two guns, you know, so you can put one in the holster and one on him holding it on his arm. And yeah, overall looks really nice, and I really do like the boots as well. It's very simple design, but it does go through. I mean, you do have that kind of finger, I mean, no, sorry, not finger, that's my finger, but you do have that pants that goes here, and then here's like the boots to it, and you do have nice legs, I mean nice shoes as well. And then if you look on the back, I do like the sculpting on this. You can see the cloth on this, it goes really nice, it's very flowy, and you have all that crinkle and winkle on it. So overall, I really like this look of this Spider-Man figure. Alright, now and moving on to articulation. In terms of the head movement, you can just tilt all the way up this much, which isn't that much to be honest. You can go all the way down. You do have some kind of a swivel here, and of course you can rotate it, but it's of course hindered by the collar. Going on to the arms here, you can spread out this much, and of course you can rotate it 360 degrees. In terms of the biceps here, you do have a nice bicep swivel, and you also do have the double jointed elbows, which of course is really cool, especially when it comes to this kind of coat figures. And of course when it comes to the wrist rotation here, you do have nice good rotation, and also you do have a nice sweet hinge to move it upwards and also downwards as well. Going on to the torso here, you can crunch forward this much, which isn't too bad at all, and of course you can crunch backwards, but of course it's hindered by the coat. It's right hard to actually take it off, which I wouldn't advise you to do so. And then going on to the waist, you do have some nice waist rotation, which isn't hindered by the belt. Going on to the legs, you can spread out this much, and you also do have your upper thigh swivel. You do have your double jointed knees, which is quite tight here. Okay, so they can bend forward this much, and also you do have a nice ankle pivot going up and down. And also you can swivel on the sides. Measuring out this figure, it does stand in about the 6-inch mark. Alright, and here's it next to some other Spider-Man figures from this 60th anniversary series. And in terms of the best, I would say this one is the best in terms of the articulation and looks and overall function on this. And of course we have the Iron Spider here, which does look really cool, but it does have its own cons. And here we have Noir with the Spider-Ham, which in its own rights, I think it still looks really good. And here is it next to the other Spider-Man Noir figure that we have had in the past. And we can see that this one does have the more comic and cartoony feel, where this one's more realistic with the paint job and whatever. It looks a bit more rugged design. And you look at the chest here, it looks more, you know, kind of roughed up, and the head as well looks very different. Of course, I know you guys want to see some head sculpts here, some head swaps, and let us do that. Alright, and of course here is it next to each other, and I gotta say, it actually pulls it off really nice, especially for this body mold over here. I think the head sculpt does fit in quite nicely. And if you look at this one here as well, it looks really nice. So yes, you can do that with both of your Spider-Man Noir figures. And here's it next to the other figures from the Into the Spider-Verse movie. And I gotta say, I'm actually really liking this and how this is forming up. I think this Spider-Man figure over here, the Noir, is a really great addition to this wave. Alright, so that is it with the Spider-Man Noir figure. And in terms of rating, I think I'm going to give this a nice 6.5 out of 10. I mean, in terms of accessory, there isn't that much to it, but I do like the extra head sculpt that we have here. And in terms of the look on it, I think it's really nice. And I think, you know, as a Spider-Man fan, I think it's a really nice figure to keep. And especially, I did really like the Into the Spider-Verse movie. So I think it was a really good collection to have. This one here to add into my collection. So a nice 6.5 I think is pretty good. It's not the best figure you're going to find out there, but it is limited to the coat and due to his way he dresses. But yeah, that is it. I mean, I think 6.5 is pretty fair for this. So yes, these are just my thoughts and my opinion. Do leave yours in the comment section down below. And of course, if you guys want to find me on my socials, you can do so on my Instagram at the Humble Lecter. So that is it. This is the Humble Lecter. I'll see you guys in the next one.